When his book Guru Ramana was ready, since Ramana Ashramam could not publish it for want of funds, he published it himself in 1952. I wanted to bring it out as an ashram publication. I went to Vellore and made a request for its publishing rights. He agreed. When in 1962 I brought out the second edition of Guru Ramana, for no known reason, I sent a copy to Dorab's elder sister, who was an equally staunch devotee of Bhagavan. At that time, she was having very serious family problems. She had a small room with Bhagavan's picture which she used to worship. Her family and relatives objected and wanted to throw away the picture of Bhagavan. She told them, "You can do anything to me, just give me half an hour to worship Bhagavan." When she was denied even that, she decided to question Bhagavan and take him to task by locking herself in that small room. She prayed, "Bhagavan, prove to me that you are there, that you are my guru." I have visited her in that big apartment. Between the front door and the floor there was a gap of an inch or two. Her meditation room was in a straight line from the front door. The meditation room's door, too, had a similar gap. The postman whisked the parcel I had sent her through that gap. It went straight into her room and hit her forcefully. The parcel was also amazingly open in such a way that when she looked down, she could see the title, Guru Ramana. Even today, I do not know of all people what made me send the copy to that particular lady in Mumbai. In Vellore, too, Cohen led an independent life. He never asked for help or money from anyone and lived very frugally. When seekers visited his house, he would fill them up with stories about Bhagavan and his teachings. One of the devotees, Dorab Framji, visited him regularly. On one such visit, Cohen was not to be seen. Searching for him, he found Cohen lying down in his bathroom. He had been lying in the bathroom for 7 hours as he could not get up. Dorab put him up in his house at Ramananagar, opposite to the ashram, with the request that I send him food. After a year, he again fell in the bathroom and was not discovered for many hours. Fortunately, Dorab came that day to Tiruvannamalai and found Cohen lying down in the bathroom. He came running to me saying, "We cannot leave him without assistance. Let him stay in the ashram." In the ashram, he fell one night from his bed and thought that he had broken his legs. I brought both orthopedic and Ayurvedic doctors to examine him. After checking him, they found that nothing was broken. But Cohen had convinced himself that his legs were broken and that he could not walk. I got him a wheelchair and appointed an assistant called Kannan to serve him till the end. Cohen was very kind to me. If by 5 in the evening I was still in the ashram office engrossed in work, he would come by and urge me to stop for the day. If I protested, he would scold me. "What is all this work? You have come here for sadhana. We have come here for our master. All this service to the institution, to the master, these will all bring you name, fame, popularity, and comfort. But you will be nowhere near emancipation. Wake up, Ganesan, wake up as I did. I did enough service and then went into solitude. Go into solitude, plunge into sadhana." He told me repeatedly, "Do not be duped by all these imaginary convictions that you are serving the Guru or helping the institution." Whenever I went to his room after my work at the office, he would tell me again and again, "Beware, beware. Go back and do sadhana. All this work is of no use to you. I am interested in you, Ganesan. You have come for emancipation." Cohen alternated between hallucination and normalcy towards his last days. Immediately after saying this, he would continue, "Your father has put me on the 7th floor. I have no legs, so how can I climb to the 7th floor?" The first time this happened, I was shocked. "Cohen, you are one of the greatest intellects that has come to our master. What are you talking about? There isn't even a 1st floor in Ramana Ashramam." Since he continued to blabber, I shook him to get him out of what I thought was his delirium. At this, his eyes brightened, and he said, "Ganesan, just as in old age the body goes out of control, the mind also sometimes loses control. But since we are neither the body nor the mind, it doesn't matter." I asked him, "What state are you in?" Cohen replied, "I am in bliss. I am in total bliss." The next minute he started blabbering again. You appointed only one attendant, Kannan, but there are 9 Kannans in my room. How can I sleep alone in the room? Since the intellectual aspect was very important in his life, his mind was now playing tricks. When some of the old devotees had to go through intense physical suffering in their last days, I have asked them, why should someone like you get such a disease? They would invariably reply that it was because they had paid too much attention to the body and its comforts, and now it was returning the favor. Cohen was the first devotee I saw who actually demonstrated the bliss that was beyond even the mind. When I asked him why he blabbered, Cohen answered, "When I turn my attention outwards, it blabbers. When I turn my attention inwards, it is bliss, Ganesan. I bless you that you should never have this affectation of the body and the mind. I bless you." And sometimes when he cried, I would console him. "Cohen, why do you cry? You will pass away smoothly, as peacefully as you sleep into deep sleep." A very humorous man, he would then give me a smile and say, "I know, Ganesan, why you say this. You are saying this because after I die, you can tell everyone else that Cohen died exactly as you predicted." For some reason, Cohen was very particular that his body be buried in the ashram. My father and I assured him it would be. Cohen even showed me the spot where he should be buried. Sometimes, when I was not at the ashram, he would take Kannan to that spot and instruct him, "Dig a pit here and drop my body into it, now. Then fill it up with earth." Frightened, Kannan would shout, "Oh no, no, that is a sin." Cohen would plead with him, "It is all right, Kannan, don't worry. This is the place where I will be buried when I am dead. I'm only asking you to do it now when I am alive, that's all. No sin will come to you." Sometime in 1980, I had to go away on ashram work. At that time, Cohen dropped the body. We don't know why Cohen wanted his body to be buried in the ashram. Unfortunately, despite the assurance given to him, his body was taken outside and given a common burial. When I came back from my tour, I said, "Cohen was one of the greatest devotees of Bhagavan. He is a spark from Arunachala. Could we not fulfill this small wish of his? I do not know how many will approve of it, but the fact is that I had his body exhumed and buried in the ashram, where his samadhi is now. That night I slept happily, knowing that Cohen's wish was fulfilled." Cohen was no ordinary person. We should not waste our thoughts on why he asked to be buried in the ashram if he was beyond his body and mind. Instead, we should look at how it happened. When he was in Vellore, he had given money to a Christian institution to take care of him during his last days. What forced him to fall in the bathroom and then brought back to the ashram? It would have appealed to his sense of humor that though he wanted his body to be buried in the ashram, it was buried outside at first. Then the higher power played another trick and brought his body back to be buried inside the ashram. This very bright spark had gone back to the hill of the holy fire. Samuel Suleiman Cohen had been reabsorbed into Arunachala. Cohen's life is our life. It is like breathing. Breathing is common to all, but it is individualized. In the same way, Cohen's sadhana-oriented life is everyone's life. Reading about him and absorbing it awakens in us that pure awareness that Cohen aspired for and lived all his life.